morning. This is Julie with Jewels of Tyler. Thank you for joining me today. A lot of you guys have been asking how I made the little curly ribbon that I put on my last journal. So today I'm going to show you how. It's something that is very, very easy. It just takes a little time because you're going to bake this in the oven, but otherwise the preparation and the end result really, really fast. So anyway, I want to show you how to do this. This is, okay, let me show you. My last journal, I will put that at the end of my video where you can click on that so you can see what it looks like. But I printed a copy, you know, I don't know if you can really tell from that, but there's the the 2-ring journal right there, and I've got them on the rings. Here's another view of that. And I think it turned out really cute. So then I thought, well, I want to show you guys how it looks on a tassel. And I think it looks really good on a tassel also. You can see it in the blue and in the yellows. And then I, of course, added all the different other ones on here, but you can see how cute. Now they say the best ribbon for this is the Grosgrain ribbon. And I did try a regular kind of ribbon, and it turned out pretty good. You know, okay. This was a little bit thicker. I think the thinner is better, you know, something like that. I think the thicker you get, you might need something wider, a wider dowel rod that we're going to use. But anyway, it turned out fine. I've messed with this so much. I redid my tassel over and over again, so I probably need a fool with this. And you know, you can kind of twirl it around to get it back in its original position. But anyway, the other ones turned out really good. I like the thinner ones, but that's just me. Okay. So that's what that's going to look like, and so I'm going to show you how to do it. And you're not going to really need too much. You'll need little dowel rods. This is the dowel rods that I use, and these are just from the American. We had American flags, and these all over, the perimeter of your yard, during the holidays and stuff. And after a while, your flags fade. So we kept the dowel rods. You can use thicker dowel rods if you want to, but these are the ones I have. I do not have anything thicker. I'm sure you could probably use a broom handle or something like that, and you'll have big curls. You won't have the small ones, okay? And so this is what we're going to use. And to clamp them together, we're going to use wood clothespins, okay? Don't use the plastic because you don't want them to melt. And they say not to use colored pencils or anything like that in the oven because the paint could melt. So I did not try it out to see if that was true. I was going to take the word for it. So that's why I just used this. So just know your pencils or your matte colors might not work, okay? And then you're going to need a little bit of spray starch. And I think you can also use the kind that you dip in, and you can use that too, how they were talking. But I just had this. It's easy to do. Just go outside, spray it real good. Okay. And then you'll need a pan for your oven, okay? And just like a cookie sheet. And that's all you're going to need. Okay, let's see what else. I know I'm forgetting something here. Oh, they said if you want to do it another way, there is another way. I don't know if it's true yet. They said you could put it on a curling iron, okay? So I didn't read the directions on it because I thought, well, I'm not doing it on a curling iron because they say you do it, then you let the curling iron cool on its own. Well, you know how long that's going to take for one strand. So I thought, well, maybe you guys just want one strand. So I thought I would try this to see. I sprayed it really good with the spray starch, and I heated up my curling iron, put it on there for probably a couple minutes, and I unplugged it. So we'll see. Let's look at it and see. Okay. So it did work. It does work. And so if you had a larger dowel rod, this is what your ribbons are going to look like. So I think that's really cute too. If you get those broom handles out. You'll just have to have someone saw them. On these, I have like little hedge trimmer things, those little cutter blades, and I just cut this off shorter because these were pretty long on there. You just want them to make sure they don't have to fit on the pan. They can overhang the pan, but of course just make sure they fit in your oven. But yeah, look at that. That's not bad at all. So I think that would be really cute. I wouldn't mind making one like this. And then also what I did, if you wanted something looser, let's see, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Okay, I got, which ones? Okay, these two. And I went with the iron on it afterwards, and it did make it, a little bit of a looser curl, as you can see. So you can get your iron out. This one probably could use a little bit more work, but you can see it is larger. So if you want to do it that way, also just get your iron out afterwards and just keep going at it until you find the right curl that you want. Okay? Let's see. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to roll up the ribbons. Well, first of all, go ahead and preheat your oven, and you're going to preheat it for 225 degrees. Okay? And then you can twirl your ribbons around this, which I will show you how to do. Let me get this in frame. And then you're going to spray them with starch really good. Go outside and spray them. And it is strong. You might need a mask. If you're not familiar with spray starch, the fumes are pretty strong. And then you're going to put them on your cookie sheet. And again, they don't have to fit. They can hang over because you got these clothespins that are going to keep it in the pan. And then you're going to bake it for 20 minutes. Then you're going to take it out of the oven and let it cool on its own. And after that, you're going to take it apart, okay? And so I've got two, the two already twirled up now, and I'm going to do two more with you, okay? Let's see here. Get my readers on, get my dowel rod, and let's go. And you can do like this one. I use a lot of pink, so I just did the whole thing with pink. But on my tassel, I knew I didn't need them that long, so I did several colors on there. And I did use Grosgain on these, and these are pretty cool with the little pom-pom edges. And those worked really, really good. They do, those little pom-poms stick to your wood just a tiny bit, so you just have to pull on that. The other ones you can kind of just slip right off of that, but that turned out really neat, so I like that. I didn't do anything thin or any kind of satin. I didn't know how that would work. I had visions of my, oven, lighting up on fire with all my ribbons, so I just kept it to what they said that worked best. I am trusting. And I didn't watch a video, I just read it on the internet. So I hope I'm doing it right. It worked this way, so I'm good with that. So I just clip that on here. And then I'm going to start angling down here. And I'm going to leave a tiny space. And I'm going to move this a little bit so it doesn't wrinkle up. And then I'm going to come down. And the wider your ribbon, it's harder to get that space on there. And you don't really have to have a space. I was touching mine half the time because mine is a little thicker. And it would work fine. And this is the Grosgain on here. I probably won't use that other ribbon just because, well, regular ribbon might work better if it's thinner. That other one was just so thick, and it turned out okay. But not my favorite. Well, I wasn't going to go all the way down, but I'm going to go all the way down because I'm busy talking. Okay. They put these things on sale all the time, so you can get them anywhere. And I've gotten some at thrift stores too. Not very often, but every once in a while you find them at thrift stores. And I'm just going to put this aside. And we'll spray them all at once. Okay, I have a little yellow. Let's try the blue and the red on the next one. so I can have a variety. And just, I have this plastic container, but about that long, about that thick, and I'm just laying them in there so they don't get wrinkled up. Because, you know, if you put something on top of it, no telling what will happen. I guess you'll get some creases. And Garfield is holding my paper clips today. He just makes me smile. Okay, let's see. And then just move your paper clip, get that wrinkle out, and then get going. Now see, this is wider too, so you see there's going to be an overlap. But it's okay because I used this. As you see, it's going to be fine. I really like that thicker one, so I'm going to have to look. I think probably in storage or up in our attic, we probably have an extra broom or something that I can get my husband to cut, because I kind of like that. But the curling iron thing, I don't like to wait. That's no fun. But if you got time, you know, it's no big deal. Or if you're just trying to see if you even like doing it, you know, try it with your curling iron first. And then just wipe your curling iron off. I haven't done that since you just saw my great reveal right there, but I will get some water or something on a paper towel and wipe it clean. Okay, and there's that little ribbon with the little pom-pom edges. Okay. And I try to keep my little clothespins that going not the same direction, but not zigzaggy or anything, so it fits in the pan better. If you have one sticking up, you know, it might be a little bit more difficult. Now, which direction did I go? Okay. So you see, it's really fast. And then, you know, while it bakes for 20 minutes and then cools off, you can work on something else. Okay, get your fabric scissors, get your clothespin. There we go. So I got that laying right here. Just make sure it's all flat. And next, I am going to go outside, spray these real good on both sides. And what I do is just hold it up by the clothespin or by the end and spray it. I don't spray it in the pan because I don't want all that stuff cooking in my pan. And then I just lay on here and it cooks fine on there. So just remember that. Go outside, spray, and then we're going to bake at 225. 20 minutes and let cool. So I'm going to put you on pause and I will be back shortly. Okay guys, I am back. I've had my 20 minutes of baking ribbon and then a little bit of time to cool off. I did find this in the garage. It's a paper towel holder that my husband uses, and really old. It does have stain and a little bit of varnish on it, so I don't know how good this will be. I just used regular ribbon on this because I didn't want to waste my better ribbon in case it, you know, the varnish or something came off. And so I hope it worked on that. But anyway, this one is still warm, but these other ones have cooled off. So we'll go ahead and do these first, okay? All right. I'm just going to kind of loosen it up a little bit. And some of this just slides off pretty easily if you loosen it. There we go. I'm just twisting the opposite direction, trying to make it a little bit loose. Put that aside. Let's go for the pink. Okay. Pretty ribbon. Okay, and you can just unwrap it. That's what you have to do with those little pom-pom looking ones. Okay, here we go. There you go, and let's get these. And you'll see how it's kind of stuck because they just like to stick to that wood a little bit. Okay, that worked fine. And look, that came off at the same time. See, it's just really a quick project. And, you know, for those 20 minutes of cooking, about 10 minutes of cooling off. Let me see what time it is. Let's see. Okay, so I cooled it about 15 minutes. I'm just going to unwrap it. That one. And a little cute polka dot last. Okay. That's what that looks like there. And let's see. Of course, the clothespins didn't work on this, so I just used something that wouldn't melt. So I used safety pins. And let's see if this is a disaster or not. And again, I didn't use the best ribbon for it, so I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it worked. Look at there. Look at there. Look at there. So that worked fine. And that's just, again, regular ribbon. No ribs in it or anything like that. So there you go, guys. I hope you think it's easy, and I hope you will try it because, I mean, I thought it turned out really, really cute. I just really do. I really love it. I'm going to use these on my ring band, and I am going to use these on my tassels. So, okay. Y'all just remember, preheat your oven at 225. Put these together on a dowel rod, something that won't melt. Clamp them down with something that will not melt. Spray them with spray starch outside. Bake for 20 minutes and then let cool. And that is it. So if y'all guys have any other tutorials you want me to do, anything, just let me know and I'll figure out how to do something. Or if you like something I've already done, I will show you how I did it. Y'all have a good rest of your Saturday and I will see you next week. Okay? Bye.